Hey folks, welcome back to the iPhone Roundup Show. I'm your host, Nick the Dude. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Here at iPhone Roundup headquarters, we find the best games on the iTunes App Store and give you the rundown on what's worth playing each and every week. Support iPhone Roundup by subscribing to our show via iTunes or YouTube. You can also link or embed our videos on your blog, Twitter, or Facebook page. We've got a little something for everyone on this week's show. First up, we check out the turn-based strategy game, Mecho Wars. After that, we check out the geometrically themed puzzle platformer Edge, followed by a review of the traditional space shooter Alien Invaders. Finally, we end the show with a take on the nautically themed trading and combat sim Tradewinds-2. Let's jump right into the reviews. We will see you on the other side. It's no secret that the iPhone generally hasn't been a hardcore gamer's platform. Mecho Wars, a new turn-based strategy game, is out to give the iPhone some much-needed street cred. If you've ever played turn-based strategy games like Advance Wars or Military Madness, then you can expect more of the same from Mecho Wars. If you've never played this style of game before, it breaks down like this. You and the computer or a friend each take separate, alternating turns, moving your various units and attacking, trying to achieve a given objective like occupying the opponent's base or destroying all enemy units. In Mecho Wars, there's also an aspect of resource management, where each occupied city generates money, which you then funnel into the production of more units. I thought the game worked really well, was a lot of fun, and definitely represented a ton of playtime. The touch controls were spot on, and the game interface and overall production was extremely well polished. I was also really impressed with the unique art style of Mecho Wars, especially the art in the combat cutscenes, which occur every time one unit attacks another. Along with the single player mode, there's also a pass the iPhone mode, so you can play against a friend in the same room, and the developer is promising an online multiplayer option in an update to come, which should take Mecho Wars to a whole other level of coolness. If I had to write a tagline for Edge, it would definitely be, "Who would have thought being a square could be so cool?" Okay, that was seriously cheeseball, but it's actually true. Edge is a puzzle platformer that has you rolling your little square dude through some of the coolest levels I've seen in an iPhone game, or in any game for that matter. A little like a postmodern take on Qbert, you gesture with your finger the way you want your square to roll, and you're on your way. You need to roll over little buttons on the ground to activate changes in the level that allow you to make your way to the finish. You're graded on how quickly you can get to the end of each board, and you can collect prisms to increase your speed. Along with the default gesture controls, Edge also offers tilt control and an on-screen D-pad. While the gesture controls actually work very well, once you get to boards where you need to make several quick turns in a row, the on-screen D-pad is probably the way to go. While the levels themselves look like something out of an MC Escher piece, I was amazed at how intuitively I was able to make my way through them. I'm not sure if they were simply made to look more complex than they really were, or more likely communicated the exit path with very subtle, almost imperceptible cues. Either way, I was impressed with every single aspect of Edge. With 40 plus levels, an off-the-charts sexy factor, and a cubic ton of fun, Edge is well worth your hard-earned $5. Alien Invaders is a really straightforward Galaga/Space Invaders style shooter done in 3D with some added role-playing elements. For some reason, it's been really hard to find a well-done space shooter on the App Store, but Alien Invaders is exactly what I've been looking for. Basically, you use the tilt controls to move your character horizontally from left to right, and tap the lower middle of the screen to fire. The 3D models look great, and it's super satisfying to blow enemies up. When you do kill an enemy, they release a little gold coin, which you need to catch and then redeem to buy upgrades to your character's weapon, speed, and armor. Each level is increasingly difficult, and if you do die, you're able to continue, but you lose a single level to all your upgrades. The left and right tilt controls aren't 100% perfect, but they work well and don't get in your way. Only 20 levels seems a bit on the light side, and I would love to see more added in an update. Overall, I was really impressed with how satisfying the actual game was. Definitely would love to see a lot more of this formula, especially in terms of upgrades and weaponry. At 99 cents, Alien Invaders is worth a buy if what you've seen here looks interesting. So there's somewhere around 1 trillion trading sims available on the iTunes App Store. You know, the old buy 50 bottles of booze for $1 a piece from City A, then take it over to City B and sell it for $5 a piece. Most of these titles are glorified Excel spreadsheets with a rudimentary skin over top of it. Recalling aspects of Sid Meier's Pirates, Tradewinds 2 brings some of the pageantry back to these games, keeping the trading aspect as a backbone, but still branching out into other genres to keep play from getting stale. You're a sailor in the Caribbean who travels from port to port picking up goods on the cheap and selling them at a premium elsewhere. There's also a series of story-oriented tasks given to you by island governors that break up the monotony of inter-island trading. You will continually encounter battle sequences with pirate raiders, which keeps the game fresh and drives you to upgrade your boat as well as its offensive and defensive capabilities. I definitely had a hard time putting Tradewinds 2 down. Initially I was expecting more in the way of an Oregon Trail-ish experience on the high seas, but even though it turned out to be something different, I still had a lot of fun with it. Alright folks, that is our show for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can get show updates at twitter.com/iPhoneRoundup, and you can email questions, comments, or suggestions to iPhoneRoundup@gmail.com. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.